Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Cool.
We're blessed, but children being murdered in here or not.
What's that?
We're blessed, but the children being murdered in here or not.
Okay.
Not
So this, right, from
Yeah.
this sidewalk
Yeah.
to here is the city property. So far, so good?
City property, yeah.
Okay, you guys can't have signs attached to the poles or the trees.
That's never been a problem in the past, ever.
I just talked to my lieutenant
Okay.
at the district, and he says that you can't have anything attached to the signs or the trees.
Why didn't they ever bring that up before?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just telling you what I literally just talked to him about.
Okay.
Okay?
What?
We're not denying the fact that you talked to him. We're
Right.
just, we've never been told.
I'm
that
telling
before.
you right now, you can't attach anything to city property.
Can you give us the ordinance?
I don't know the ordinance off the top of my head.
So we're supposed to take your word for it?
I mean, we could talk at the district if you'd really like to, but I don't think we need to do that either, do we?
Well, you
Just
said.
for reference so that we can look it up.
Well, I'm sure you can look. I mean, I don't know off the top of my head how many city ordinances are there. I don't know. I've been doing this for 20 years. I don't know all the city ordinances. I'm just asking you.
Well, you're saying it's an ordinance, so we would assume that you know the ordinance if you're bringing it up.
Do you want to take the signs down, yes or no?
We're just asking you for an ordinance. That's all we're asking you for.
I don't know what the ordinance is. I'm telling you, you can't have it on city property. That's what it says.
So we just take your word for it?
Yeah, take my word for it for right now and then look it up and then find out what the city ordinance is. I can probably do it, but it's going to take me a while. I don't have time to do that today.
But you have time to come and talk to us?
Because somebody called us here.
And what, complained or something?
Yes.
About what? Signs?
You on the megaphone.
Well,
You're not supposed to be on the megaphone.
You talked about the signs. That's the only thing you brought up so far. Before that.
We'll take down the signs.
Thank you.
We'll
Thank
pass
you.
the signs. We're just
Thank
wanting the ordinance number.
I don't know what the ordinance number is off the top of my head. I show up, I call my lieutenant, I tell him exactly what you guys are doing, I tell him where everything is, and he says they can't have anything attached to city property.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, we've dealt with a lot of police here in this district, in District 1, and even
Have
in
you dealt with me
other,
before? No.
Not that I know. But we've dealt with a number of police officers that will just pull up some random idea and claim it's an ordinance. So
I'm just
we
telling
just
you
have to
what
make
my
sure.
lieutenant says. Okay?
Alright.
My lieutenant is in charge of our major incident response team, so he's well versed in the ordinances and stuff like that on what you guys can and can't do. If you'd like, I'll give him a call and ask him for the exact ordinance so that way I can tell you guys.
We would appreciate
Yes,
it.
please.
Okay, so while I'm doing that, start taking the signs down, please.
Alright.
Well, we like to wait until you find the ordinance.
I can take the signs down for you if you'd like me to.
No, I don't want you to do it until you give us the ordinance. We're just asking you to do your job, officer.
What's that?
We're just asking you to do your job.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. What's your name?
I'm not giving my name
You're not giving your name. Why not?
because I broke no law. I don't need to give my name.
Okay.
But your officer, supervisor, Lemke, Lemke,
Sir, try not to block
and
the
your badge
driveway.
number.
I don't have a badge number.
You don't have, okay. But Supervisor Lemke, okay.
Not to block the
Okay.
driveway so he doesn't get hit by a car as we're trying to exit.
No traffic.
And Officer Pacino,
Officer Piceno.
Piceno,
Yep.
and your badge number.
021526.
021252. Sorry, say that one more time.
021526.
Okay. And Officer Sanchez
Sanchez Alcantara.
Alcantara, and your badge number.
Badge number 207.
2071. Thank you.
So obviously we got called here.
Oh, yes, sir.
Callers claiming that you're on the megaphone,
I was.
causing them a disturbance. We
And
see you have the megaphone out.
What's that?
Obviously you're not using it, so that's good. Maybe they came out and warned you not to use the megaphone because it was causing them disturbance. I don't know. But that's what we got called out here for.
I've not had a problem using it before in the past.
People have said to.
At this point, if it's causing disturbance to somebody and that somebody's calling us, it's a noise nuisance
Well,
or disorderly conduct because it's causing disturbance to them.
well,
I
but
understand that you guys have had other encounters with other officers,
Mhm.
but I'm just telling you that that's a noise nuisance. By the book.
Well, is there an ordinance that says you cannot use a megaphone or amplification of any kind in Milwaukee?
It's the fact that what you're
The fact that
using
you're
is
creating
causing
noises.
somebody a
Stay
disturbance.
away from the driveway so you don't get hit.
Well, but if there's no ordinance against using it, then
And you're causing a noise nuisance by using a megaphone is the disturbance. Using the megaphone to cause noise that's disturbing somebody else that's calling us now. I don't know how much simpler that can be, but that's a noise nuisance. Okay?
Are the ordinances different in each district?
No. As
Okay.
far as the city of Milwaukee, the ordinance is the same.
Okay.
They can be different in different counties
When I'm-
and different cities, but as far as the city of Milwaukee, it's all the same. You might have had encounters with officers that might have just gave you guys a fair warning and went on about their day, but those were those decisions made by those officers. We're not those officers, so you can't use what you had experience with other officers with what we're experiencing right now. I'm just telling you.
In District 1, we were given the number of ordinance which said that if it came from a vehicle, then that it covered like radios from vehicles or any other noise caused from a vehicle or something else. It didn't mention a what one.
There's a separate one for vehicles when it's related to vehicles, and there's a separate one for noise nuisance in general, which could be house parties, bar music from obviously bars going on that are having loud music, or just houses, neighbors living close to each other, and one neighbor has loud music and it's causing a disturbance to the other. There's two separate programs for our citations. There's our citations for tracks, what we call it. That's our vehicle, any vehicle violation. Sir.
so is there an ordinance in Milwaukee that says you cannot use amplification?
No,
Or is it
the
under
ordinance that I'm
80-60?
speaking of is the one that you guys just in general making an excessive amount of noise that's causing a disturbance to somebody else.
We'd have to measure the decibel level of the megaphone, right?
Even for disorderly conduct.
But if you could say something to one of these guys, he had his phone recording and pointing at my vehicle.
And you're going in to participate in the murder of babies, ma'am.
Even regardless of the noise nuisance, it's the fact that somebody called saying that you using the megaphone was causing them a disturbance is a disorderly conduct.
No, it's not, because anyone could say that anywhere. That they don't get to stomp on your First Amendment rights just because they don't like what you're saying or that you're
First
loud.
Amendment rights is one thing, but using a megaphone to do what they're saying causes a disturbance. That's why we're here.
Well, what if I use my own voice and cause a disturbance?
That's fine.
You
Well-
use your own point, yeah.
Well, what's the difference? I mean, as long as you don't have an ordinance against using amplification, if I'm disturbing them with a megaphone in my regular voice, what's the difference, honestly?
Apparently they can't hear your voice.
What's that?
They can hear your voice with the megaphone inside.
Where did
That's
the
what's
phone
causing
call
that.
come from? Did it come from over there?
No idea.
Those apartment buildings? He's been directing it to the building the whole time.
Right.
So that they
But
can
see, and that's where the issue is. It's the same concept of your neighbor's causing too much noise when it's causing you a disturbance, and you call the police. You can't really put a distance to it because anyone in the city of Milwaukee, you're going to be maybe within 10, 15 feet of your neighbor between houses, and when they're playing loud music and it gets causing you disturbance, you have the right to call the police for noise nuisance. So there's no distance.
Take pregnancy lightly.
They would have more of
You
a
can take this and even read it inside. You can read it
more
in the
of
lobby
a.
if you want.
Okay, so she obviously doesn't want your information, so
He can talk if he wants. Ma'am, we can help you.
Maybe doesn't want to die. Maybe wants to live.
Ma'am, we can help. You know they're murdering babies in there? And you have a duty as police officers to do something about that, to protect these children from being murdered. You do. That's your duty before God Almighty. You should arrest a serial killer putting children to death in here. You're worried about what we're doing out here, worried about signs and a megaphone, but what
Has to do with the
they're murdering babies in
magistrate
there.
Doctrine.
Okay.
You can, any one of you can take to read.
Okay.
It deals with your duty
You like
before
it?
God.
That's my partner.
Yeah, so the issue is not here that you guys are out here practicing the First Amendment. The issue is that you guys are using a megaphone that's causing them a disturbance in them. That's what it is. That's what we're
Okay.
doing, and that's what we're here dealing with.
Because I've
Illegal signage is illegal signage. My boss is currently looking up the actual ordinance since you guys are very curious to know it, which is understandable. Which you guys can do on your own time as well. Just Google City of Milwaukee ordinances, and you will find the illegal signage on there, as well as the noise nuisance and the excessive noise from a vehicle, as far as your loud music with stereos and all that stuff that we was explaining. It's all on there. We're not hiding anything.
Okay.
We're not, we're not robots. We're not here to memorize every single statute number in there.
Well, I would assume that if you're bringing something up, you would know the ordinance number.
I'll talk to you.
Okay.
244-18. That is the
244-18.
city ordinance. 244-18.
All right, and you have the print right on there.
I took a picture of it on my phone.
Okay.
I can read it to you if you'd like.
Please, please.
Temporary banners and other non-rigid signs. Signs on public property, right, prohibited. It shall be unlawful for any person except a public officer or government employee in the performance of their public duty to maintain, place, erect, paint, paste, print, nail, tack, or otherwise fasten any card, banner, picture, handbill, sign, poster, or advertising, or notice of any kind, or cause the same to be done on any curb, sidewalk, or public thoroughfare surface, fence, board, barrel, box, case, railing, pole post, tree, barricade, material, bridge fender, dock, pile, building, or structure of any kind on public ground or public waterway within the city, except as may be prohibited by this chapter or provision of the Milwaukee Code.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you can just lean against the pole?
No.
Because they're not talking about fastening?
Nope. Not touching it. If you want to carry the sign, carry the sign. You
Okay.
can't put it on anything.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So if you want to carry the signs, carry them.
And
You just
it's-
can't put them on the thing.
And the number again is
244-18.
Okay.
Okay.
All
You
right.
guys have that on your body cameras and everything?
And on Facebook Live, you're being watched by 10 people.
By how many?
10.
Nice. That's not bad.
Well, it is bad if you're being a tyrant. If you're not being a tyrant, then
Well, I'm just telling you what
Fine.
the city ordinance is.
okay.
So I'm not really being a tyrant. I'm just telling you.
No, I'm saying if you're being a tyrant, then it's bad. If you're not being a tyrant, then
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah, like I said, you want to carry the signs? Carry them. You just can't put them on the things. Don't yell at people on the megaphones. Don't.
I still haven't seen an ordinance for that, and I was asking them, they couldn't give me an ordinance.
It's ordinance 8060. 80-60.
There you go.
So
Don't block the driveway.
that's-
Maintain your social
yeah.
distancing, and have a wonderful day.
Okay. Well, you're within 6 feet. So
Right, and you guys are within 6 feet of each other.
And you're,
there's only some side.
Right.
yeah, less than
I
6
don't
feet
like to
between
yell,
officers.
so I'm just telling you. So that way I don't have to yell.
Okay. We do have
guys have a-
constitutional right to be.
I didn't say that you
heard,
can't leave.
so-
I didn't say that you have to leave. Stay here.
I'm
Stay
talking
here all
about
day.
both ones.
Right.
We can be loud enough to be heard according to.
Do what you. Hey, you know what? Do what you need to
Yeah.
do to make your point.
Just letting you know that.
That's
I
what I'm doing.
understand. Like I
Not
said,
being
I've been doing.
combative.
I'm not. I didn't say you were.
Yep. Okay.
Can't have the stuff on the poles or the
All right.
trees. You can carry it. You can stand here. Do what you need to do. Don't obstruct the driveways. Don't obstruct people coming and going.
We don't.
Perfect. Have a great day.